You and I are live for the next 30 minutes. Thank you so much for listening to the monthly Burlington Democratic Show. Again, my name is Andrew Champagne. I'm a member of the State Democratic Committee. I'm also a Justice of Peace in Burlington and Inspector of Elections and a longtime registrar of voters. I register a lot of voters at events all over Chittenden County. I love to do rock and roll and voter reg. That's fantastic. We have a special show tonight. This is live, coming to you absolutely live, as the Doors used to say, from our beautiful studios in the historic Old North End in downtown Burlington, Vermont. I'm here with my great production crew, Kevin behind the board, and always my number one cameraman, Daniel. You'll see behind us, we're going to see some new graphics tonight. We're going to thank you so much, Kevin, for putting that together. I think we're going to see some historical figures, great Democrats, great Americans. The reason I can't do 45 minutes tonight is I have I'm doing a concert at the Flynn Theater tonight. I'm volunteering and I'm registering voters for Miss Diana Krall, who's a jazz and pop pianist and singer, superstar, really. She's also known, she is also married to Elvis Costello, and another fantastic performer who's rocked the Flynn and is coming back to the Flynn. I am going to be registering some voters there tonight. I'd like to thank all my friends at the Flynn Theater for their kindness in setting that up. You are listening to Town Meeting TV, live, Channel 17. Town Meeting TV, the only station called that in the United States. I also have, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my producer, Jordan, thank you, Megan, Erica, Miss Davidian, anyone else I'm missing. I really appreciate all the Town Meeting Television family. We have, you'd say, geez, we're months away from a primary. We're months and months away from the midterms. What's going on? How are you going to speak for 30 minutes? Tell me, there's no dead air here tonight. I'll tell you, from March 1st till April 12th, where I'm doing this show, it's been an incredible month. First of all, obviously the war is terrible in the Ukraine, and we fully support the Ukrainian people and government. A very good friend of mine, Adam Roof, and friends are headed to Poland by the Ukraine border to do some humanitarian work. They raised quite a bit of money in Burlington, and they're headed out, I believe, flying out tonight. So, Adam, God bless you, man. Be careful. I'm so impressed that Americans want to come to a border of a country in turmoil and want to help. It just shows the unbelievable innate kindness of Americans. And I guess we're all world citizens, I guess. So Adam and to all the pals, my friend Colin also, I wish you the best. And we're going to bring that American spirit and democracy and a rule of law. It does not look like the war is going well for Mr. Putin. The Russian army, I think, might have been a little bit outdated, and maybe we thought they were a little bit in ship shape than they were. Maybe got a little complacent. The big bear of Russia, I think, thought that this war would be over now, and the fighting spirit, for example, in our Revolutionary War, where we fought on our home turf for, our own country. It really goes a long way. I was at a rally, I think it was 4 weekends ago or 3 weekends ago at the state capitol in Montpelier, Ukraine, supporting Ukraine rally. And that was supported by the Ukrainian community, also Congressman Welch. We had all sorts of wonderful people, all great congressional candidates, former Lieutenant Governor David Zuckerman, great speech from Congressman Welch, Mrs. Margaret Cheney, former state rep from Norwich, all sorts of cool people, and some very impassioned speeches. We see that the economy is really used as a military weapon, and the Russians are obviously feeling the pinch of the sanctions. And Mr. Biden, President Biden, my dear President Biden, has stated that we will defend every inch of NATO territory. And as much as I am so grateful that we are out of Afghanistan, and I know the ending was tough, no one can say it wasn't. And thank God we are out of Iraq. No one is promoting a ground war. Hopefully, this thing's like a trial. It doesn't even go to court. Hopefully, they back off. I think Putin is very weakened. And I also give President Biden a lot of credit. Now, they say it wasn't scripted, but sometimes in life, things just come out. And he said, good God, this guy's got to go. So I'm in full agreement with him on that. Putin's a dictator. He's human rights. He's in violations of human rights. He's a murderer. He's doing things like ethnic cleansing. He's a thoroughly bad character. And we have a great deal of Russian folks that live in, not a lot, but in Burlington, and they're the nicest. And so are the Ukrainian people. And no one wants war except Mr. Putin for his economic crimes. So we are in support of Ukraine. I thank people like Adam for going to, right outside a war zone, trying to help bring some humanitarian stuff, bringing some clothes, bringing some, just things like socks and T-shirts and a warm hat, down jacket, anything like that. Boy, it's, I have a feeling the weather is quite a bit like Vermont. It's going to be 40 degrees tonight. Old-time Vermonters might say nothing, but imagine sleeping out like that in a, it's terrible. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get too emotional or off topic. When you start talking about Ukraine, you have to start talking about the human rights things that are going on there. Okay, so let's briefly, last show. Okay, it was kind of a crazy day. March 1st, it had been postponed because of COVID, but March 1st, President Biden delivered the State of the Union. And coincidentally, hey, there he is. Thank you. Our excellent, outstanding, honest, great President Biden. And that was the same day that we had town meeting. So it was nuts. We elected 3 new counselors, and they were sworn in on April 4th very quickly. Gene Bergman from Ward 2, Ward I'm in right now, Old North End. Allie House, Ward 8, primarily a student ward between UVM and downtown. She ran a very good campaign. Congratulations, Allie. And then a guy, full disclosure, I worked on his campaign. My good friend, Ben Travers. He did very well in the South End. He had some very high quality opponents, and that race really was issues dominated, and I think a lot of them were. So it's crazy. We're 6-6 on the council. Now, I personally think with the 12-seat council, my personal feeling, and this would have to be after Mayor Weinberger was out of office, is that the mayor should get a tie-breaking vote. But he's the only official on the council that's elected citywide. So we'll see what happens. So we have 6 progressives. We have 6 Democrats. I think Ali Jang identifies maybe as a progressive, but votes with the Democrats, and I consider him a Democrat. Hey, there's my buddy Moreau Weinberger. Let's go, Moreau. He's a good man. Just celebrated his 10th year as mayor of Burlington. Mr. Mayor, excellent job. Boy, I think literally in the 10 years, the literally thousands of meetings you have attended. And sometimes in Burlington, not everyone is always happy. And I want to thank you for your outstanding work, commitment, honor, your wonderful family, Leland, Ada, Stacy, your parents. It was great to see them at your State of the City. Why I'm talking about the mayor, I didn't know he was coming up on the board there, but it's fantastic. Kevin's reading my mind. We also, his State of the State was excellent. It was about, I'd say, 25-minute speech in front of the council chambers, and he talked about things like the incredible work we're doing, Burlington Electric, what we are doing, Parks and Rec, what we are doing, code enforcement, the new projects that are being worked on, the new, for example, all the wonderful commissioners, they're all really excellent. I do some work for Burlington City Arts. Hello to Ms. Kraft. Thank you for a lifetime of rocking the arts, Doreen. And also my great, great friend, Mr. Bill Ward, former Burlington policeman, now code enforcement, and also Mr. Brian Pine, former city councilor, and now head of CEDO, working basically in the Moreau's cabinet, or as Moreau's department head. So what we got 6-6 on the council. Hey, crazy, huh? I think it's a little unfortunate that the mayor does not get a tie-breaking vote. But what we do have, I do have to tell you, is we have a new city council president. Max Tracy, who was my counselor for, was it 8 or 10 years, Max? I don't know. And also a mayoral candidate, a very strong mayoral candidate, lost by just a tiny bit, 129 votes, really gave Mayor Weinberger quite a race. He decided he wanted to take a break, and he's doing great work representing the UVM nurses. He's a very proud union man. We give him full support on that. New contracts are going on with COVID, new situations. So he's taken a step back. I want to thank him. No counselor that I've ever worked with, maybe with the exception of Brian Pine, ever did constituent work. I mean, I could call Max about some stuff in the street and we'd come out and clean it up, or he'd work on getting it fixed. So Max, I wish you the best. Now Max is a progressive and I'm a very hardcore Democrat. He's as hardcore prog as you're going to get. And we've been on both sides a few times, but he used to live across the street from me for 12 years. So, hey man, I'll see you again. And, Max has a very bright political future and really cares about Burlington. He and I agree on a lot of issues. A few we don't, but hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. So we have a new city council president. Hey, awesome, all right? Okay, Miss Karen Paul, who is up in, okay, what ward is that? Is that 5 or, okay, yes, I believe it is. She lives up off Shelburne Street, up in I guess you'd call the Hill neighborhood. And she has been a counselor there, I think since 2010, 2008. And she received the votes, and I don't believe there was any, hey, there she is. Council President Karen Paul, congratulations. What an awesome person. I'd like to say hello to her husband, who's a great guy, Mark. Her daughter, Caroline, who is working in the White House. Fantastic. I'm so proud of you. And her 2 sons. This is a good lady who cares about Burlington, has lived here her whole life, whose family has deep roots in Burlington, who cares about people. I think she's going to be able, obviously you have 6 Democrats and you have 6 progs. We need each other. So I believe Ms. Paul is going to find some common ground, and I really think she's going to be great and hopefully work with the mayor very well. I think the progressives sometimes forget that the mayor has been elected 4 times, whole citywide, all 8 wards. And I'm always looking for more common ground. I think that's a complaint perhaps the progs might say about the Dems. But that's how it is in politics sometimes. But anyway, Ms. Paul she will be an excellent council president. Thank you for all your years on the council. Those long Monday meetings, sometimes routinely going past midnight, the hundreds of emails they sometimes receive, scores of phone calls, all for a big $5,000 a year. That's $100 a week. So I'd also like to thank the departing councilors. Let's see, Representative Chip Mason, Max Tracy. I don't think I'm missing anyone else. Okay. So we have a council that is divided. We have progressives that feel the mayor is out of touch, maybe has been mayor too long. And we have some Democrats who feel the progs never seem to find consensus and are always kind of a bit utopian. Somewhere in the middle is probably the right answer. Burlington, we're moving. I don't know sometimes if we're moving forward. You know, I've been walking around downtown on Church Street, and a couple of times I've been very kind of frightened by some very rough people down there. And I'm really hoping this is a public plea. I don't care if the progressives, Republicans, Dems, whoever. We need more police. We need more social workers. I'm sorry, itchy here. We need more police. We need more social workers downtown. When you combine alcoholism, drug addiction, homelessness, being absolutely freezing cold, wet, hungry, no money, frustrations, tensions, no place to clean up. It's really rough. And the streets are no joke. Anywhere, even in Burlington, on a cold winter's night, I know a gentleman from the old North End. That old guy, he lived on the streets. He slept outside for 20 years. And I wish to God that no one goes through that. So that's what an issue we've got to work on. We've got to build some housing. It looks like some pods are going up. An issue that I and the mayor's chief of staff talk about a lot, Jordan Riddell, like to say hello to her, is no homeless vets. And that's something that I know the mayor is trying to work on too. And I want to thank Jordan for that and all their hard work at City Hall. You know, you think Burlington sometimes feels like a big city, but it's a very small city. They have it about 44,000 population. I think they might be missing about 5%, so let's say 46, 47. The mayor has like 3 full-time staff in his office. And if you look at any mayor's schedule, and especially Moreau for the last 10 years, every night of the week, there he is. That man is at a meeting, Board of Finance, City Council, Neighborhood Planning Association, school board, concert, play. And the amount of work that all elected officials give back it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's time let's talk some national politics. We see that President Trump's support is weakening day by day. It's like a helium balloon, a lot of hot air. We see how the January 6th commission has noted, and even the Republicans have noted, there's definitely grounds for some charges to be filed. Now, I think there's some Republicans who wish we could move past this. I know, believe me, I know a lot of the Republicans are horrified, but the history must be written. And the actions of entering the Capitol or encouraging someone to do that are frankly traitorous. And boy, that's a tough word to say. We learned that the president, someone said not smoking pistol, smoking rifle, that his son, Donald Trump Jr., wanted to talk about stalling the election, not certifying it, keeping Trump in power, perhaps having the military around the White House. My friend, we've had, okay, let's see, I think 47, 48 presidents, something like that. And no one has ever been like that. And a man who conducted his personal business at the White House, scandalous, and his coziness with Putin, especially with this war. I do not like to call people traitors or potential traitors, but that is what the evidence shows. And my friend in the Republican Party has had many years of outstanding candidates. Okay, even, President Reagan, President Ford, maybe they were conservative gentlemen, but they were honorable people. And you are taking your party down a terrible hole, and it's a threat to the two-party system. And a one-party system doesn't work. And, hey, I always say I wish there were 3 or 4 parties, okay? And I do agree sometimes with the Squad, AOC, and some of the newly elected Representative Presley in Boston, and that maybe there should be a party that is to the left of the mainstream. And maybe there's a party on the Republican side that's a moderate. And then maybe there's a libertarian, and then I don't know. These will all evolve. And I see some truth to that. That way you'd kind of have coalitions working together. I do not think that is a terrible idea. We see sometimes in progressive elections in Burlington, to be very frank, and you know what? If I'm not speaking frankly to you, I'm not doing my job. The progressives have been very forward on the terrible racism in America, the climate control, the fact, our party is an older party, primarily white party. Our president is just about to turn 80. And I think for a lot of students and young people, that just doesn't seem appealing, that, okay, boomer. You can call me that, I guess. I'm 58 years old. And so maybe with the help of Vice President Harris, who has really been strong lately, she's good on foreign policy, that we can get some excitement going again here. Now, let's see where we are. Okay, wow, I've got 9 minutes, but I've got to spend at least a couple making history. Justice, Supreme Court Justice, current judge. Hey, thank you. Hey, isn't that great? Look at her, she's wonderful. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, Supreme Court nominee, confirmed. I'd like to thank those 3 Republican senators. Mitt Romney, who I always thought was all right. Lisa Murkowski, senator from Alaska. And I'm tough on her sometimes, but I've got to give her credit. Susan Collins of Maine. She's a pragmatic old Yankee Mainer, and she knew this woman was qualified. The horrible things that were said about her, the aspersions, I don't even want to mention some of the terrible things because kids are watching this show. Thank God she was confirmed. Thank you for all 50 Democrats for confirming her. Thanking VP Kamala being there if we needed that tie vote, which we've needed. Judge Jackson, okay, let's talk about some things. I'll give you some stats. It's taken 233 years, my Lord, for us to get an African-American female justice. It's been 155 Supreme Court picks until Vice President Biden made history, okay? So we are moving forward. Our justices are starting to look like our country. This is a wonderful woman, a great family woman. You saw her parents, her husband, her children there. Ted Cruz says, she's a great person. I've known her for 30 years. She's brilliant. But tries to put her in with the QAnon guys. That's a good lady there. She was confirmed 53 to 47 for a lifetime appointment on the Supreme Court. And this has shown a great month for Vice President Biden, early March and early April, a fantastic State of the Union. Some serious leadership on Ukraine. Tough decisions. America is not ready to go in a ground war yet. There he is, Uncle Joe. I love him. I was proud to be a delegate for him. And I think he's great. And also, maybe you can put up there Dr. Jill Biden. I love her too. Amazing First Lady. Still teaching community college while she lives at the White House and takes on the enormous duties of a First Lady. Awesome person. Keeps Mr. Biden's spirits up, keeps his health strong. We see how the COVID was right around the president, that Speaker Pelosi got it. The Commerce Secretary got it. I don't know if we can put Jill up there, Dr. Jill Biden. Thank you. Okay, so I have 7 minutes, I believe. I must do my COVID wrap. Okay, full disclosure, I received my second booster shot this Saturday. I was traveling down through Orange County, Vermont, over to New Hampshire, and we stopped at the Berlin Mall. Thank you to all those kind people there. The nurse and the man who checked us in, they were so nice, waited about 1 minute, got my second booster. Now, I'll tell you, I was a little tired that night. I feel great now. I'm so glad I got it. So I'm quadruple boosted. Now, I got some good friends out there, people on the left, people on the right, people, I don't know where they are, but who think the vaccine is bad. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least 2 vaccines. So that's 400 million shots, and probably add another 150. That's maybe on the low score, 550 million shots. And no one has died from the shot. It's more dangerous to walk across Pearl Street when it's sunny out and the traffic's thick around rush hour than it is to get that damn shot. Okay, they are doing shots in this building right below us. Okay, I am on the corner of North Winooski Avenue and Archibald Street in the old north end of Burlington. And I'd like to thank Mr. Hillsdale. I'm sorry, not Mr. Hillsdale, Mr. Jacob Hinsdale and his realty group. I believe they've leased that space out. You can get a shot there. You can call Community Health. My mantra, you can call 211. Maybe we could put that up on the back. Please call 211 for any COVID questions. Let's say money's tight. Let's say you haven't paid your rent. Let's say your heating bill's in behind. You're worried about the electricity. Let's call 211, see if we can get you some aid. There's a lot of money out there to help people in the Old North End, to help people in Chittenden County, to help people in Vermont. I have 5 minutes left. So, here we go. 211, please. So easy. 211 for COVID questions. You also, let's say, hey, you're like, I don't want to talk to a stranger. Why don't you give me a call on my landline? Okay, easiest way for older people or anybody. I love it. 802. Maybe we can put my phone number up too. 802-540-0717. That's 802-540-0717. And I can help you with just talking to you about the shots. And what the heck, I'll go with you to get it. Okay, why not? The first shot's 70% effective. You literally don't even feel the shot. There's no side effects. I advise a Pfizer. That's just me. But we are here to help you. 211, if you can call. Thank you. I have 3 minutes left. I need to thank my crew again, my production crew, Daniel and Kevin. Thanks for the stuff behind. I don't know if we could put up, we have three minutes left. The primary is August 9th, Tuesday, August 9th. That's only a couple months away. I am going to try to get some candidates on. There's so much to talk about. Let's talk about registering to vote. You can do it online. I prefer to do it in paper. You can go to City Hall. You can give me a call. You can register yourself. We have same-day registration. We have early voting. I have done a careful examination, I really have, of all 50 states' voting laws, and we're the best. The little state that could. Green Mountain State, Vermont, is number one, I believe. A lot of states you have to have an ID. We can register you with the last 4 digits of your social. I am going to be doing voter reg all this summer at a lot of concerts at Shelburne Museum, at Champlain Valley Fair, working with my great friends at Higher Ground. I'd like to thank them all. Please, I'm always glad to help. We will be on next month with another excellent show. Probably go 45 minutes then. Okay, let me just throw this out. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I will be marching with the Democrats in the St. Albans Maple Parade. Come on up. The parade is Sunday, April 24th at 11 a.m. If you want to march with the Democrats, come at 10:15, and you can find us all. There's a side road where all the floats are, and you can find me, or you'll see all the congressional candidates there. I'd like to thank all my friends who work on all these campaigns. Okay, thank you. Samantha Sheehan, Spencer Dole, Nat Silver, Ryan McLaren, Ben Sarl, Carolyn Dwyer, all these great people. We want to say hi to Senator Leahy and our great Senator Bernie Sanders, the two of the best. Senator Leahy is still working so hard in Burlington. Oh, there he is. Also like to thank Mrs. Leahy. She's a fantastic lady. I look forward to seeing him in Vermont soon. We're down to 1 minute, so I am going to thank you all, and we're getting ready to go off the air. I will see you next month, the second Tuesday at 5:25 for 45 minutes. Thank you to Town Meeting TV. I want to wish everyone a great night. I wish you the best. Stay safe. Get your shot.